experience after Swalwell dropped out. And because of his experience at the federal level, at the state level, that is what saw him kind of rise to the top here. And throughout this process, we've talked about as he rose, he kind of did no harm. He tried to stay out of the headlines, and he very much did that.
And Brian, do you think Javier Becerra tonight is kind of taking a deep breath there, saying, "Hey, I don't have to go against Stoddard"?
I think I would guess that he's very, very pleased about the results tonight, because the party registration in California favors Democrats heavily, and if nothing goes terribly wrong in his campaign and he stays out of trouble, he's the odds-on favorite to win. I've pointed out a couple of times, in the last 10 governors, 5 have been Republicans, but it's been 16 years since a Republican has been a governor. Yes.
And if it's Hilton and Becerra, we should mention that Hilton has the Donald Trump endorsement, which likely helped him in a primary, but in a general, that is going to turn off a lot of voters because the president is so unpopular in the state, especially with those independent voters.
So you think Steve Hilton's picking up the phone and saying, "I don't want President Trump out here"?
He would not see Trump out here.
What about Matt Mahan?
Yeah.
As long as they're mayor, some people say if he was the mayor of San Francisco or Los Angeles, that he would have gained more traction, probably.
I thought he ran a very interesting campaign as a moderate. He was out talking about issues. If you look at some of his commercials, they weren't all about beating up on Trump, who everybody already knows the story about. He tried to talk about issues, and maybe that got him into a little bit of trouble.
We talked a lot about his name recognition for Matt Mahan, how it got him late to this race. That was kind of against him. But if you look at the crosstabs from Santa Clara County, he didn't win the county so far. And that was the county that knew him best, because that's where San Jose is situated. So if you can't get your hometown voters, how are you expected to pick up voters across the state?
Do you think he tries to do a race outside of San Jose down the road?
I mean, I think he buckles in and continues his mayorship and continues to see out that pulse. But I certainly think this was clear. Mahan has higher aspirations.
Absolutely.
One for the road here. Just voter participation. There was a lot of energy in this election. I feel like we don't know the official number yet, but the estimate was about 40%, maybe a little bit higher compared to other June primaries. Californians came out to vote.
Well, what we really hope for is 70% or more in the general, because a lot of demographic groups in this race we'll find out, may not have really participated. Young people, as an example, said, "Hey, nobody in this race motivates me to."
And whoever moves on to the general needs to figure out how to mobilize those young voters, because certainly nobody did in the primary. And that is a huge set of voters that need to be tapped into.
No question.
Gregory, appreciate it. We have worked all day long. Brian, appreciate it as well.
My pleasure.
Thank you. Out in Southern California, one of the most closely watched contests in California outside the governor's race, the race to be the next mayor of Los Angeles. Now, the incumbent mayor, Karen Bass, has officially advanced to the general election in November. Her main challengers are Spencer Pratt, a former reality TV star, and LA City Council member Nithya Raman, who withdrew her endorsement of Bass to seek her own campaign for mayor. Fox 11, Christy Fajardo joining us live from Los Angeles from the Ron Watch Party with more on the big race here. Christy?
Yeah, despite those numbers you just listed, I can tell you there are no long faces here, and that's because the campaign is still very optimistic that the gap, the 30,000 or so votes between Pratt and Nithya Raman, it's surmountable. In fact, there's still hundreds of thousands of votes left to be counted, and the campaign believes their strength will be with those undecided voters that only decided who to vote for at the very last minute. And those mail-in votes and also those in-person votes are still being counted. But I want to show you what it looked like earlier when Nithya Raman arrived right after the polls closed. The city councilwoman started the morning voting alongside her family in her district in Silver Lake, which is an area of the city. She spent the rest of the day campaigning, making phone calls, and urging voters to make sure they went to the polls today. Her father was also canvassing and told us earlier how excited he is and how good he feels about this election. Raman herself says she wants to enjoy what's left of the night, and she acknowledges she faced some very, very powerful headwinds. She's a Democratic socialist, has less name recognition than Mayor Karen Bass and Rally Star Spencer Pratt. Her campaign has also been outspent And she had less time to campaign, declared her run right before the deadline to file. She had previously endorsed Bass, as you mentioned, but now hopes to face off with her in November. Her campaign says what they did have was recognized people who made hundreds of thousands of calls. Here's what Nikki Roman had to say earlier.
With every dollar, every door knocked, every hour volunteered, you proved that our city and its future are not for sale.
And people here are still enjoying themselves tonight, letting loose after what they acknowledge has been a very grueling campaign. And Robin herself says she also plans to relax because she does not expect to know the final results for several days. Like in downtown Los Angeles, I'm Christopher Hardo, right back to you.
All right, Christy, we appreciate it. We'll keep following that race all the way through November. Replacing Nancy Pelosi, coming up, a look at the latest results and the San Francisco congressional race right after the break.
Heading out of town? Bay Area News follows you when you download the free Fox Local mobile app. That's free and bursting with Bay Area info. Download KTVU's Fox Local app today. 241, 243, nope. Round table pizza delivery?
A feast for me. Round Table's Dragon's Fire Feast, loaded with bold Nashville flavor. Eat the heat.
She didn't know where the road would lead, but the moment she stepped in, life changed. She now had all the power and space needed to live a life I might narrate.
Seriously?
The all-new Audi Q3, made for a life of yes. Get exceptional offers at your local Audi dealer.
So which one's yours?
Victory has never tasted so good. Show up for your team and round